Good morning, everybody. This is Lynna, and you are watching Lynna's Life. Yeah, again, I don't like coming to you on Mother's Day. I'd rather give the day to moms. And a mom I will never be, so I will never accept the term mother. And people wish me at times Happy Mother's Day, but I'm like, you know, the kids have a mom, and I'm not that mom. My kids have a birth mom, and she is a beautiful woman, and she deserves all the accolades this day would give to women like her who brought life forth onto this planet. And you'll never see me trying to usurp the term mother, because I believe that it has a very distinct um, role in society. I love my mom personally, and I wished her a happy Mother's Day. And this year I was able to send her some, I think it was, I sent her 10 really pretty orchids. And they came on Friday, I think it was, and she called me and thanked me for sending her a gift. Typically, I haven't been able to send a gift, and that was because of the living situation that I was under, with Mark Angelo Cummings Maritza. And basically, since my finances were controlled and basically held by this person, I was never given the opportunity to send anything to my mom. Um, so this year, now that I'm free of the control that I was under. And, control doesn't have gender. Control doesn't have to be a gendered specifically. Oh, I was abused by a man. It wouldn't matter where your abuse came from. If you are abused, you're abused. If you're a person that's dealing with a person who's abusive to you, it doesn't matter whether they identify as a man, as a woman, as both, as neither, as a giraffe, as a hippo, as an elephant, or as a dog, or a cat. It doesn't matter. An abuser is an abuser, and the faces of abuse don't just look like men. They also have faces of females. And in the case of Mark Angelo Cummings slash Maritza Cummings, the face of abuse was very much evident to me throughout my life. With this person, the short life that we did have together was a life that was basically um, highlighted by a degree of abuse and control. Um, I'm a person that, if you ever looked at any of my videos that you've ever seen of me, you would never have thought that I was a person who was abusive, a person who had the capability of commanding and controlling other people. I respect other people's freedoms and their dignity too much to, you know, interject myself in what they eat or what they do with their time, or whether they worked out or not, or whether they wanted to go for a walk or not. I mean, that to me, it really didn't have any consequence on life. I personally, when I was married to a biological woman who is a mother and brought children to this planet, I never once ever told her what to do. I mean, it was a barter, an agreement, compromise. It was equals. It was shared responsibilities. It was love, and love doesn't keep records and stuff. But I wanted to clarify a few things. I feel like, again, I'm being misrepresented. I feel like, again, um, Maritza is saying basically lies about me, as a person. And the title of my video is I Was Married to a Liar. And in the next few moments, I will basically go on to state my case as to why I feel that way, why I feel that this person is destructive and really the face of evil. You know, if I had never met the face of evil, I met it. I met that face of evil the past 4 years. The things I've been told today in private are, I don't even have words. I really don't. I don't have words to describe how disgusted and offended I am that Maritza would dare even walk this direction. But first of all, I wanted to address my friend, oh, not my friend, obviously, Maritza's friend, Abby, who says that I misquoted her, where I basically stated that she was making comments that I felt were inappropriate. She feels she's entitled to these comments because, well, they are her husband, so she has freedom to speak about him however she wants to. And although I absolutely am compelled to feel compassion over a situation with regards to a married couple going through the hard road of one of them actually dealing with gender issues. I just don't understand the degree of how they could say something as frankly scary as this. So I'll just let it speak for itself. I'm not here to paint words for people. I'm not here to tell people how to think. I'm not here to, misrepresent you, Abby. I'm here just to share what you had to say. So here goes. It's at 1:34:12 on an interview with a trans widow, Abby, parentheses, Norma.
But does you realize what okay, Christopher, what function do you have? Because you can't produce babies, you can't have babies, you don't menstruate. There's absolutely no function in what you're doing.
So this is all preceded, the comments that Abby's going to make later are preceded with Maritza looking in the camera in a very confrontational manner and addressing Abby's husband, Christopher, and saying what she's saying here. And to be honest, this is a matter that is between Christopher and Abby. It has nothing to do with Maritza, but Maritza feels that she's entitled to speak her truth because God has anointed her the Joan of Arc of rescuing people from the fires of transgenderism. Okay.
Your wife decides to leave you tomorrow, you're going to end up alone. A real man wants a real woman.
So he says, if your wife ends up leaving you alone, you're going to end up leaving you. You're going to end up by yourself, and you're going to be alone forever. and that a real man wants a real man wants a real woman. Is that
right? A fetish. There's a lot of dudes wanting just to test out. It's a fetish. There's a lot of tea chasers, okay? I won't say the word because...
So the word he wanted to use was the word tranny chasers, that there are men out in the general public who enjoy having a person who is both has their male genitalia and presents in a feminine manner. Now, that is not the case with every single person who's attracted to a trans woman. I know because I was in love with two guys who actually never once bothered to want anything to do with the male genitalia that I had. I mean, I was very dysphoric about it. I never wanted it addressed or referenced to or touched or anything like that. I mean, for a trans woman, getting that taken care of many a times is something that is on the top of our list of, things that we wish we could do. Obviously finances are a whole other subject, So when Maritza talks about this as being just, fetishizing men, wanting to be with people who have male genitalia, well, my experience has never been that. My experience has never been a person that has wanted anything to do with that. They just like women. They just like being around a feminine natured person, and regardless of whether that person was born female or whether that person transitioned and is basically a woman trapped in a man's body, that was not the case for me. I mean, I think about James and the many times that we went out and just how proud he was of me, just being with me, just hanging around with me. He would go with me to the store and he would compliment me if I tried something on, and be like, "Oh, Lynna, you look hot in that. You look so good." It was like so sweet, What woman doesn't like having their guy just, like what they see, like what they like being around, So I'll continue.
They usually find things, but there's a lot of chasers out there. That's all you're going to be, a toy. You'll have no function. You will regret this for the rest of your life, Christopher. I promise you that. You will regret this. And if you believe in God, which I doubt, because if you believe in God fully, you would not be doing this because you know that it's idolatry. You know that you are hurting your daughter. And for you to shrug your shoulder and say that she'll get over it, you don't deserve the air that you're breathing right now. I'm sorry.
Did you hear that? No one has the right to tell someone that they don't deserve the air that they're breathing right now. Christopher is a man who is caught in the throes of transition, is dealing with transitional issues. And these are very personal matters. With my ex and I, we struggled for several years and we kept it very private for a very long time. My ex to this day has never once commented or said a thing on social media. She would never stoop down that low. She's never attacked me personally. She is a person of high regard. She's a person who loves her children. She's a person who I celebrate as a good mother, as a wonderful wife for all those years that we were together. She was the quintessential woman. And for Maritza here to say that Christopher doesn't deserve the air that he's breathing, all because he's caught up in the confusion of not knowing what to do with regards to whether he wants to transition and be this woman or whether he needs to just let go and walk away. But Mark, Maritza, you have no right to tell somebody that they don't deserve the air that they're breathing. That is just so wrong. I don't understand where you get off thinking that you have the keys to death and hell itself and trying to let other people know that they don't deserve to live. Who are you? Honestly, you need to ask yourself that question. So I'll continue.
Right to say.
I recently said to him that I would much rather see him dead. Not that he wants to kill himself.
Okay, this is what she said. Abby said, recently I have told him that I would want to see him dead, not that I want him to kill himself. Okay, is that normal behavior? Is that something that normal, loving people in a committed marital relationship say to one another? Would you ever tell your spouse, you know, honey, I don't like the habit that you have. And I really think that, you know, it would be better off if you killed yourself than if you drank, you know, your beers at night, because I don't like what you're doing to this family. I don't like the reputation that you're taking away from me. I don't like the shame that you're bringing upon my family as an alcoholic, because that's what you are, Christopher. You know, it's like, that is wrong, Abby. I don't know if you think that that's right. I don't know if any of you that follow these two and you're, you know, like celebrating these two women sharing these things as if it's like some kind of great thing. I mean, I understand, Abby. I understand that you're struggling. I understand the pain that you're going through, because I know what it's like with regards to my own ex and having to see her suffer. You know, I understand, you know, I do. I say that, but I don't understand. I really don't, because what I do know is that your husband loves you still, and he is caught in a crossfire of questions that may have existed for his whole entire life, and he had just buried them. And it's like a volcanic eruption, you know, the magma gets buried under the surface, but it's still bubbling and gurgling underneath until the appropriate time when it lets off its steam and blows up, you know. And I am so sorry that you are caught in that crossfire right now. And I know you've given your husband an ultimatum. You've given him, you know, this year to let go of his evil and everything. But I would just say it's important to let God have his way with him. If that's what, you know, you want is your husband to be returned to you, then you can believe for that, you know, but he has every right to make his decisions. And honestly, Abby, I really don't think that watching this video for Christopher was anything of benefit for him. If anything, it only incensed him more to not be the husband that you want him to be. I mean, I don't understand why you did this video. It does come across as very childish and very rude that you would put his information out there. And I'm not here to defend Christopher. Really, it's not about that. It's about defending decency. It's about defending the right thing. It's about standing up against bullies and people that, you know, want to make things seem like something else. And you know what? I understand the struggle is real. Cross-dressing and issues of gender are major strangleholds on some Christian couples and some families in America today. And it is not It is not an easy road to hoe. Honestly, it is not. And I tried counseling. I did whatever I thought I could do to save my marriage. But in the end, it just fell on flat. Just fell down flat. So for you to say that you would rather see your husband dead, there's something wrong with that, Abby. There just is. I mean, I did not misquote you. And if I use your name, I'm using it appropriately because these are your words, not mine, Abby. They're yours.
No, I don't want anybody to murder him. Not that I would hurt him, but I would rather see him dead than watch him do this to me, to himself, to our children, to his poor mother.
So let me get this right. A trans widow is speaking on this interview and says that it would be better for this husband to be dead, okay, physically not alive, than for him to do this to her, to her children, to their family, and to his mother. Am I hearing this correctly? Is this the grounds for being a Dr. Kevorkian and telling people to commit suicide and kill themselves? Is that what we're supposed to do? Does the Bible ever say that we should allow people to be killed? Is that a word in your Bible? I don't think so. And for you to say what you just said right now, shame on you, because you obviously are more concerned about your reputation, your standing in the Christian community, your position as a wonderful mother and a wife. I mean, is this really not about you? Is this really not just about the fact that you feel that if Christopher is going to transition and stuff and leave you and become a woman or live as one, that it's just not a reflection on you and maybe your inability to be sexually attractive to him or more beautiful enough for him, or, you know, because it's really, that's not what this is about, Abby. This is not about your beauty. This is not about your position or your reputation or the mother's reputation of having a son who's gay or trans or whatever. This is about a personal struggle, a lifelong struggle that someone may have with their gender, not aligning with who they are. It's like, it's really not about you. It's not about you. And for you to wish somebody to literally die, that's wrong. I don't know what planet you read the Bible in, but that is not the Bible. That is not God. You know, that may be Old Testament Levitical preaching, you know, of stoning the prostitute, you know. I mean, that may be the God of this world stuff, you know, of, you know, the Satan like trying to masquerade himself as God, but that's not God, Abby. So for you to say, I don't understand it. I really don't. I would never, okay, and I mean capital Never, never, ever, ever wish anyone to be dead. Never. That would never come out of my mouth. I would never say, I just wish that Maritza would just die than for her to constantly misrepresent me and lie about me. You know, I want the best for Maritza. And, you know, even now, to this day, I was telling my friend, you know, as much as I hate what's happening between Maritza and I would still, and honestly, I would still put a care package together to send to Maritza. You know, I would still feel compelled to like want to give this person who was so gracious to me when I was injured and had been such a pivotal person in my life, taught me about health, taught me about physical fitness and nutrition. You know, I mean, I would definitely still, and it doesn't matter, you know, Mark, Maritza, and the reason I say Mark, and I'm not trying to be offensive, the reason I say Mark is because if whether they are a false entity or whatever they want to say, this person was real to me. Okay. This person was real to me. So Mark was a person that I loved and I cared for and that I still do. You know, it doesn't matter, you know. And Moon Demon, I learned a lot about nutrition, about eating my vegetables and stuff, but I'm not an extreme vegan. I had chicken just the other day, and I have no compulsions on, you know, eating a rack of ribs if I wanted it. So I'm not going to be a vegan. I am going to enjoy my vegetables as I was, you know, I was taught really nicely how to eat my vegetables, which was something that I didn't know how to do before Mark. So, but what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter what Maritza may or may not do to me. I still love you. It doesn't, you know, and I still love Mark, you know, and that's going to be a piece of me that's going to live inside of me for the rest of my life. I mean, I'm not interested in dating anybody right now. I'm not interested in another investment in a relationship. I mean, why? Why? Why bother? You know, if you end up with narcissists, if you end up with sociopaths, you know, my track record since I left the house in 2013 has not been that great. You know, anybody who knows me in the past knows that I friended a trans woman, and we were intimate and together for a period of time back in early 2014, and that turned into a disastrous situation for me. And again, the same type of thing was happening, a narcissism, you know. So I just, but let me continue.
His poor mother. And, but then again, in the same breath, I said, but please don't get yourself killed because you don't have enough life insurance.
Exactly.
But please don't let yourself get killed because we don't have enough life insurance to cover you and your death. I mean, she says that she's a practical woman, so that's why she had to say these things. I'm just like, I mean, words escape me at this point. You know, I mean, saying that you don't have enough life insurance to cover your gravesite, you know, so don't go killing yourself, although I want you dead. This is supposed to be Christians? This is supposed to be Christian behavior? How is that? Can you explain it to me, Abby? I want to know. And I have a email. You can email me at linnaslife@mail.com. And you can explain it for me, to me, or address me or whatever. I would like to know though. So I was following the comment thread in here. And basically, I made a comment to Abby and I said, I know that Maritza will not let me comment on her channel, but I do want to let Abby know how sorry I am that she has to go through this with her husband. It's not easy. It's not. I have learned a lot since my last couple of years battling for the marriage between the mother of my children and I. I don't blame her for anything. I just wish that it could have been handled differently. So she writes back and says, just to be clear, just to clear something up, I never said I wanted my husband dead. But as you heard in this video,
Exactly. It's
Do this to me.
let's listen
Try to
again.
murder him. Not that I.
Let's listen to this.
for hurting your daughter, for you to shrug your shoulder and say that
What
she'll get over it.
did Abby
You
say?
don't deserve the air that you're breathing right now. I'm sorry to say.
I recently said to him that I would much rather see him dead. Not that I want to kill himself.
Okay. Just to clear something up, I never said I wanted my husband dead. Rather see him dead than watch him do this to me, our children, and his poor mother. I mentioned life insurance because it is something, if something were to happen to him, I would not have enough money to pay his final expenses. I'm not a monster. I'm just practical. So to you know who, which is me, I'm you know who. If you're gonna have my name in your mouth, which I do at this time, make sure you're quoting me correctly. And if you don't like people gossiping, I strongly suggest you rethink your own actions. Okay, so you heard it. I spoke it. I didn't verbatim quote her, but I believe that what I did say was pretty much the same thing, you know, not much different. Now, if they want to, if she wants to like major on the minors, you know, that is her business to do so. But this is the evidence which proves that what I said was not a twisting of any kind, of any sort. I was simply stating, and I labeled it in the video 135:27 as a place to reference to where other people who would be watching the video can go look for themselves, because I'm not in this to like misrepresent anybody. That's not my intent here. That's not the reason I do these videos. That's not why I speak and say what I say, you know. So then Maritza chimes in. He is such a loser, referencing me. And people can see right through him. He thinks he is God's gift. He is good looking, but not that good looking. He just is a better looking guy than a woman. He thinks he is hurting me by the things he is saying. I could care less. His insides are rotten. And I learned that I am grateful. I am divorced. I would never want to be with a person like him again. The pictures on his Google account say it all. I have never seen a person take so many pictures in front of mirrors, showing his privates. He has the nerve to talk about me. He should be glad that I don't want to destroy him as he claims I do. I'm glad it's over. I just wish he would stop stalking me and watching my channel. What a moron. He is so immature. He has maybe 7 people that chat and all are part of his peanut gallery, who are just as much of a loser as he is. And his take on the Bible, pretty bad. He has no clue, poor thing. Anyway, You don't have to defend yourself against him. He is not worth any of our time. Love you, sis. So I want to address that. I wanted to address the allegations of me being a sexual deviant. This is what narcissists do. They paint the picture of themselves onto you. They make you feel like you're the problem, like you're the one with the issue, like you're the one who is being untruthful, like you're the one with all the trouble, you know. So I responded and said, I referenced your comment, Abby, with a time marker so people could see for themselves. I said, I'm not a rotten person, Maritza. You were attracted to me because of my innocent spirit. How can you attempt to rewrite history? I have a lifetime of a reputation as a good person to draw from. I don't call myself good looking. I would never be so vain. My knowledge of the Bible is not twisted, Maritza. If that were the case, this twisted person that you want to portray me to be, this person who is somehow demon-possessed, led you to Christ? The devil does not lead people to Jesus, Maritza. God used me to reach out to you. Even though you tried your best to destroy my relationship with God, which you did on many occasions, it was you who discovered the one true and faithful God. So how can you possibly have the gumption to say such evil things about me? I have always had issues with my looks. I've never liked myself for a long time. I always felt ugly. To this day, I will not call myself beautiful. It's just not in me. If someone wants to call me beautiful or whatever, I appreciate it. I'm flattered by it, but don't expect me to say, oh yes, I'm so beautiful. Oh my God, look at me. Look at how incredible I am. Because I'm not. I'm just me. And whoever I am, whoever I'm becoming, is the person that I've always been on the inside. Now, what I do regret is getting involved in this mud battle. You know, it's like this mud pit game with a person who has absolutely none of the values that I had, who had absolutely none of the standards that I held myself to, who absolutely did every disgusting sexual act and had no shame. You know, a person who deplorably did despicable things with his wife of 11 years and boldly bragged about it. You know, it's like, for instance, they went on the journey, 2008, sold everything. This guy, Tommy, who's like their friend, and not just a friend, but a third person, if you want to understand what I'm talking about. He goes there and they're all sexually active together in some orgy type fashion in the back of Maritza Mark's pickup truck. And they're all intimate with each other, having this crazy orgy of sex. And I'm like, that is not me. I am not that person. You know, it wasn't me who ran, you know, a site on YouTube, on XTube, which is some kind of pornographic channel that I've never Googled, never been on, never once darkened the door of. For those that have, you know what XTube is, okay? Mark had a channel. Mark had a presence on XTube. He made videos with his ex-trans girlfriend, Jessica, and they made videos together, okay? They have pictures that they had taken of themselves doing all kinds of weirdness, and that's not me. So for him to say that I have some pictures that are on Google that show me showing my privates. I said, just to be clear, I have never taken pictures of any private part of my body. I don't do that kind of thing. Maritza has, though, and several times at that. So I personally emailed my ex, and I made a statement. And my statement was this. It was titled, "You Have No Shame." I said, "A monster is all I see you as. Now you want to paint me as a sexual deviant. That's funny. What pictures of my naked body are you referring to, sicko? You know what? Why? You know, I have never done that. You know that. Why would a person who molested her own sister be saying such things? You are a sick and perverted human. Regardless of your gender, you should have been reported as a sexual predator years ago and placed on a federal sex offender list. That is what your history says about you, Mark/Maritza. You need some serious intervention. If you continue to try to portray me as a sexual deviant, I will get the full force of the law to deal with you. If I have only truth to stand on, and you, what do you have? Lies and false accusations. You are an absolute narc and a perverted human who has no conscience and always finds ways to justify your sociopathic and extremely flawed behavior. The devil's not me. It's most clearly defined as being in you." He says, "You continue this battle because you're not being validated." Maritza, Mark, I could care less what people think about me. You know, they see what they see. And if they see a man, they see a man. They see a woman, they see a woman. If they see someone in between, they see someone in between. That is their business. And it is not my right to tell anyone how to feel or be. Okay? Validation is not what I'm after. I don't care. I could care less. Honestly, I could. We were nothing. It was all based on sin. So let me get this right. Trans man meets trans woman in late winter of 2014. Trans woman is being told that she is beautiful, that her development has been going so nicely, and how wonderful of a person that they are. What a beautiful woman they're shaping into. Trans man flirts with trans woman. Trans woman feels the flirting, feels the wooing, and flirts back. trans man then proceeds to tell trans woman how they would want to see me, how they would want to see the trans woman. So the trans woman is all cut up, being called mi cielo and mi cariño and mi amor and all these wonderful feminine pronoun terms. You know, mi amor, not so much. But this person is saying all these sweet, loving things. And you know it, Mark. You know it. It's like so obvious. Obvious. You were flirting with me as a man. And if it's a game of yours, if it's some personality disorder that I bought into, got caught up in, then I guess that's my bad. You know, that's my bad because you fooled me. You're really good. You know, you're very good. And so it was all based on sin. Coming from a person who didn't believe in sin, who didn't believe in God, who only recently, you know, has assumed all of this Christianese, like extremist worldview. It's like, if you guys know, I mean, it's like, it's so anti who this person ever was. It was so like, it's ridiculously obscene. So he goes, I have many pictures of your Google account. Naked body, so many of them. You and your serial killer look, etc. Okay, let me say this. I took pictures of myself for my very own record keeping of my transition as a trans woman, okay? Pre-transition, it was rough, okay? It was rough. If he's got pictures of me in a pre-transition state, it was rough, okay? It was rough. So I had pictures. And yes, I took pictures of my genitalia. I took pictures of my full body. I took pictures of breast development. I took pictures of my face. I took pictures of every part of my body, my legs, my butt. I did these things. Yes, I did. But they were never for public consumption. I never put any picture of a private part on a public forum. Never. And for this person to then now try to accuse me of being a sexual deviant, having some kind of a sexual fetish of some sort, and having a serial killer look, I mean, I'm just like, whoa, this is too much, people. This is too much. This person who said, Lynna, if you don't stop talking about me, one word, disability, I'm going to rip it away from you. It's like, I'm like, what in the world? You know, this person is built on wanting to blackmail me. And you know what, Mark, it's all because you can't have me. Maritza, you don't deserve the ground I walk on. You don't deserve the air I breathe. You don't deserve to drink from my water. Okay? That's the truth. You are such a lowlife, such a bottom feeder, such a piece of dirt as a human. I would never want to be in the presence with you. Ever. Ever. And now that you've accused me of saying this, I mean, of doing this, so honestly, all these accusations are false. False. Because I'm not that kind of a person. I have held myself and carried myself as a person, as respectful, as honest, as true, as humble, I have never posted a picture of any private part on a public forum. He, however, has, and that's the thing about narcissists, is that they actively participate in their sociopathic behavior, irregardless of whether it's true or not. They project what they do as being something that you do. Okay, so for those of you who followed Mark in the past, you know that he came out with a video called something about trans man or something. He's getting ready in the mirror. He's putting his clothes on, showing his abs, putting his, his clothes on and zipping his pants up. And in one of those clips, he shows his micropenis. And to this day, I was like, why? Why do you, oh, it's just part of it, it's for, for the record and everything. And, oddly enough, that video is no longer available to be seen. He's privatized it because he knows that that is the reason, that he's saying these things about me, because he's done it himself. And many of you who watched Transition Radio with us back in early January, February or something, you would have seen the video. I'm sure Phoenix has. I'm sure Phoenix saw it. It's like, what? You're doing what? And it's like, but they have no shame. They have no shame. So he continues and says, I don't want to hurt you. Okay, that's a threat. Let's not say it's not. I want you to leave me alone. You keep making up these victim scenarios. No. Mark, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that to me anymore. You are a victimizer. You are an abuser. You are an abusive person, period. Okay? You don't get to tell me to shut up anymore. I will refuse to shut up. Refuse. You were abusive. Okay? You were controlling. You were dementedly evil. Evil. Okay? So you don't get to tell me what to do anymore. I listened to you way too many times for way too long. Way too long. So I am a victim. Okay? People that can see it. They can see it, Mark. They can see it. They can see that I was being victimized by you. That's why you probably pulled all of our shows that we did together off, because you could see the abuse. You could see how when I was wanting to make a comment, you were like, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, you can see it. It's obvious. Now, you don't see it because you're a sociopath, and a sociopath has no conscience whatsoever. None. You don't have it. You don't have it. And I feel sorry for people like you, because people like you don't have a conscience. So people like you are like O.J. Simpson. They kill and then they pretend that they didn't do it. And they believe it so much that they literally believe they didn't do it. So I know it helps with your story, but enough. Attached are just a few of the many pics you took, so many. People know the real you. I do. You're the one that has harassed me in public, lied, continue to make up stories, even shared what I shared with you in confidence about my sister. Well, I already came clean to the world about that. You are the monster. And for the record, I only referred to in a very like coded way that I knew something about that. And I never said it. You're the one who came out and said it. You were the one that said it. So I didn't let your junk out. I mean, an abuser like you needs to have their conscience clear. So a sexual predator like you, a sexual deviant and offender like you should have their conscience clear. So I applaud you. Way to go for confessing to abusing your sister. Way to go. That's a wonderful thing. I hope that you feel better now about yourself. I'm not a monster. Hey, buddy. Now stop, he says. I am just living my life and doing what God has asked me to do, and that is to expose this agenda. How many of you guys know that Mark has always been about exposing agendas? It doesn't matter if it's Christianity. It doesn't matter if it's paganism. It doesn't matter if it's radical feminism. It doesn't matter if it's transgenderism. There's always some ism that he's after. So, Mark, your shtick is up. Your shtick is up. You really need help. Seriously. Stop fighting against everyone and deal with your own problems. Deal with the fact that you are an intersex person who's obviously an anomaly of human development, who was made in like this different manner, which I believed was beautiful. Personally, I believe that masculine part of you, I was so attracted to it. Believe me, I was. I loved it. I loved you as Mark. You were such a beautiful person as Mark. I mean, you embodied so much grace and style and so much like confidence and beauty and handsomeness and aggressiveness and sincerity. There was so much that I miss about that person. That person doesn't exist anymore. That person is long gone. So this is the last email I will respond to. So do not keep writing me back. I am sick of you. You are like a cancer that won't go away. You are pretty scary in some of these. You leave me alone. Nothing happens. Let me do what God has asked me to do. Live your life. Go live your life in your fantasy. You are no longer my problem. I was never your problem, Mark, Angelo Cummings, Maritza. I was never your problem. I was the person that was placed in your life by God to bring you to a place of healing and a place of hope and a place of forgiving yourself and a place of understanding that you're not a freak. I was not the problem. I was so much of a blessing for you. But you see me as a cancer. So he sends these pictures of me, and honestly, they're rough. Because every trans woman starts from somewhere, I took thousands of pictures, honestly, in that quest to find myself, in that quest to want to see myself and stuff. There were many a night in a hotel where I took tons of pictures. I'd take pictures of my naked body and I would be like, gosh, I really don't want to have this body. Someday I'll have a different one. I really don't like having these privates. Sometimes I wish the shower head would swallow me up or something. I don't know. I thought maybe that there was like a laser that would come out of the shower and just like hit me in the tub and then zap the private part that I had off, but you know, it, it it was that hard to see. It was that hard to bear. And he has these pictures of me, and these are personal pictures of my from my Google account. These are just a few. There are so many. You were so obsessed with yourself. Then he writes, one last thing. You keep making this about you. Don't forget that there were two of us in this relationship. You have shared your feelings publicly about me and us. I never mention your name. You always do. It's over. You and I are over. And we technically never were. Go live your life. I don't care or love you. It was all based on lies. I felt like I wasted 4 years of my life. I'm grateful that God has set me free. Please just move on. You stop writing about me on your FB or making videos and things stop. I don't make any videos about you. I never mention you. But if you continue, I will be forced to open up and start talking. Enough is enough. Go away. You are not worth my time. So, Mark, everything was fake. Everything was a lie. I find that hard to believe. I find that very, very difficult to believe. I did look into sending him a cease and desist letter when I was back in Silver City, but I contacted a lawyer and wanted them to draw one up for me, and he said that I should go to a place called El Refugio, which is a women's shelter, and to see if I could get that taken care of. I would definitely, Melissa, I would definitely take that template and fill it out, because I pretty much run out of options at this point. I don't really know what else I can do other than keep getting vilified by this monstrous person. And I just think that a cease and desist letter is the only way to get them to stop this vicious attack of my character. You can send it to, okay, let me type, sorry. Lynna's life at mail. Lynna's life at mail.com. And had I stayed in Silver City, I think I would have gotten that all drawn up and done. But I couldn't stay in Silver City. I had to get out. I mean, I couldn't stand to be geographically close to this monstrous person who just wants to destroy me. You know, it's not that Mark wants to see me hurt. He wanted to hurt my children by having me lose my disability. He wants to hurt me in a way that would affect me emotionally. He wants to injure me, you know, mentally. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. You know, I try to fight it off, and I try to do what I can to remain strong. But it's hard. It's hard. I've always been a person with a good heart. I've always been a person who always expected and believed the best about people. Always been a person who didn't see the evil in others and just wanted, well, my Gmail is, this is my Gmail. That's my personal Gmail. But obviously, I'm tired. Tired. To think that a person would use pictures of my transition and attempt to blackmail me with pictures that I took of my own self to just see how I was developing, I mean, I will not feel bad for that. I will not. I will not be given this sense I will not be given that label. I refuse to wear it. You can't hang that on me. I'm not that person. It doesn't fit. So anyway, tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow is the day we leave for Seattle. And I have an appointment in Seattle on Tuesday afternoon. And they're going to take a look and see about my breast augmentation. So I'm super excited as some milestone moment in my life. I am so super excited. This is a dream come true, And from what I understand, I'll be put on a waiting list. It's going to probably take about 2 or 3 months to get my surgery assigned to me, and I will be on my way with my own breasts. It'll be a dream. It'll be a dream come true. I am so excited. So excited. It's going to change my life. I know it. I know. I had a consultation back in 2014, and they told me that I did have a pocket and a cavity for them to put an implant in, which I was so excited. Lynna, shouldn't you wait a bit more until the hormones do their work? Well, I've been on hormones since 2013, and the work that they're going to do is pretty much kind of done. You know, I have a little bit of breast development, but look, there's not much there, you know, just, it's like, I wish there was more, but there isn't. You know, I use inserts or a push-up bra, or, I used to use tissue. I used to use bag of peas, whatever I could to get some cleavage. But now I'll be able to have my own. And that's something I'm looking forward to. And after that, yes, I will be pursuing gender confirmation surgery. That's also been a dream of mine. Oh, look, there just happens to be some pineapple here. And I can eat it. I don't have to hide it. Some good pineapple. And I know all these wonderful things that are happening to me. I know, right? My friend actually was eating pineapple, and she's like, Lynna, would you like some pineapple? And I cut this up last night, but yes, I love fruit. I do. Thank you, Melissa. I will definitely check. Okay, hold on. I'm going to check right now my Gmail. And let's see here. Yes. Thank you, Melissa. I have it. And I will definitely thank you so much. Thank you so much, Melissa. I appreciate that very much. It's like, how do you stop a viper from biting? You know, it's like, how do you stop a snake from attacking you? I honestly don't have the wherewithal. I don't have the legal prowess or understanding of how that stuff works. All I know is that I am being lied about time after time, and over and over and over again, it's being like deflected and thrown back at me as if I'm the one that's causing it. You know, I'm the one that's starting it. Trust me, whatever I say, what I say about Mark, about Maritza, it is because it is something that is true. That is true. I don't speak lies. I don't speak untruths. You know, when I say that, for instance, I was forced to watch porn, okay? That is truth. When I say that I was not given the ability and made to feel stupid about my finances and was not given the opportunity to even carry a debit card up until June of last year when I left his butt, that is true. When I say that I was not able to just go to bed and wake up whenever I felt like it, especially when he was working at Walmart, that is true. He would be like, Lynna, it's time to go to bed. I need to get up. You need to get up at 3. You need to feed me. That's true. These are true things. So I don't know. I really don't know where he thinks that he could just make up and twist the truth. I mean, because those things literally happened, you know? It just is. It just is. So I speak the truth. You know, I speak the truth. And those of you who've ever watched our videos, who've seen us on our journey, who've seen my Lynna's Life channel, who've watched me develop as a trans woman, you know very well what I'm talking about. You all know, if you followed Mark for any time, just how perverted this person was. Yeah, I tried looking that video up, but I think they've since blocked it. And if anybody has a screen grab of that, I would appreciate it, just to provide the evidence that I'm not being kooky or crazy. But, you know, the same thing that he accuses me of being a sexual deviant, taking pictures of my privates and stuff, those are the same exact things that he's already done in public. Already done in public. So I'm trying to release. I really am. I go for walks. I ride my bike. You know, I do what I can do. Now I'm being told that all I care about are my looks and sports cars. As if I care about sports cars, okay? I don't. Now, my friend, she owns 2, okay? She owns 2. Beautiful. One's red, one's blue, you know. And I'm not obsessed. It is just what she has. And we went driving yesterday and it was glorious. I'm like in the car shifting and driving. At one point, it's funny, we were at this little ski resorty kind of a place up in the mountains and stuff, just, you know, maybe 25, 30 minutes from here. And I was trying to turn around, so I had to back up or something. And these 2 cute guys were coming down on the mountain road, and they slowed down really slow. And they were like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And my friend was like, oh, Lynna. Oh my God, Lynna. Oh yes, here's Transition Radio Show. Paul, it's not my name, Maritza. Paul, this is slander and libel. I'll download it as evidence. We will let the judge decide. Bring it on, buddy. Bring it on. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. You are a pathetic, hopeless liar. You can download all you want to, and we'll let the judge decide. We will let the judge decide, Maritza. You come in here, guns blazing as you've always done in my life, threatening me with pornography pictures, threatening me to download this video. Nothing that I have said is not true, Maritza Cummings. Or is it Perdomo? Which one is it? It's like, whoa. Case settled, people. The monster is in the house right now. The monster is in the house. Absolutely. So you bring it on. Bring it on, big boy, big girl, whatever you want to call yourself. Bring it on. We're on. The game is on. You saw it for yourselves, people. You saw it. You saw this person come in and try to tell me to shut up. Wow. Wow. Can I say you are a despicable human? You are absolutely beneath me. And I never, ever want to see your face ever again. This is great. This is great. I'll expose the liar. I know. He does, Maritza does what he claims I do. You know, projecting. That's what narcissists do. They think that their crap doesn't stink. They think that they're above the law. This is a person who stated, I don't go to jury duty. I just throw the cards away because I do not obey the civil system. I just do whatever the hell I please. This is a person who joined the military and left and has not reported himself. This is a person who is AWOL from the federal government. This is a person who chooses not to pay his taxes. This is a person who chooses not to work. This is a person who lies about getting on like some kind of injury for working. You know, this is a person who does these things. That's what they do. They're a gypsy, nomad, crazy, psychosociopathic nutball. That's what they do. Yes, absolutely. This person is AWOL from the government. So he can do whatever he wants to do. He can accuse me of whatever he wants to accuse me of. I am not the victim miser here. I am the victim. Okay? You have no right to tell me. It's like a criminal telling someone not to steal. Not to steal. It's like, what did I do? I'm just a law-abiding citizen. I'm just a person, you know, living their life. You're the monster. You're the one who goes above and beyond over the government. You're the one who lies about being injured. You're the one who does all these things. So you want to play this game? You go ahead, you know. Yeah, AWOL. That's right. That's right. Person served in the military government, served in the United States Army, has left and has not reported themselves, was not discharged, but just left years ago. So it's out there, Mo. It's out there. It's out there. You do whatever you want to do, you know. Yeah, I am tired, sick, and you will stop. You will stop. Yep, that's what they did. So whatever you want to say, do whatever you need to do. I'm not the criminal here. You are. I'm not the criminal. So whoever wants to report you for that, hey, have at it. Have at it. If you're a vet and you don't like people being AWOL of the government, go for it. Do whatever you have to do. So What other secrets do we have, Maritza? What other lies do we have? Let's see. You are a sexual molester of your sister. You lie about working, about, you have pictures of yourself in the army, yet you left your responsible duty as an American soldier without reporting it. So I guess you're in trouble. You are telling Walmart that you're injured and you're not. You had been injured over a period of time, over time from taking tea and other things and just tearing your body up from working out. Yet you want to blame Walmart, and suck money out of them. You sucked money out of me. You took my own money, right? You took my own disability, and you're blackmailing me now with pictures of my naked body that I took for my own personal record keeping as a trans woman. You are a monster. You tell people not to go to jury duty because you just tear up the message. Nobody needs to go because, well, nobody knows that you got the letter. You tell people not to pay their taxes. You say that there's no government mandate for it. You are a monster. Okay? So if you want to throw me into this mess, you want to expose me, I will expose you for all that you are. Period. Period. So if you want to play your game, let's play. You want to get a lawyer? Do it. You want to, attack me? Feel free. Enjoy yourself. But you might be doing it from the federal prison cell at this point. I don't know. AWOL is a big deal. United States government doesn't look good on that. They don't. You overstepped your bounds with me, Maritza. You overstepped your bounds. You lied way too much. And I'm not going to roll over and play dead. I'm not going to let you do that to me. I'll screen grab that. I just screen grabbed that. 502-626-3711, 3712, Army. United States Army. Maritza Perdomo. Yep. You know what? Part of me doesn't want to do that. Part of me just doesn't want to do that. But, if you did the crime, You probably got to serve the time. Just saying. Just saying. Unless it's a lie that he even went to the army. But I see pictures. That's what I said back in September. Female. Back in September, I told Mark, I said, honey, if you don't want to work at Walmart anymore, you're more than welcome to just quit. You know, we could just live off of what I was making and stuff with my disability. And he goes, okay, are you sure now? Is it okay? And I go, yeah. He goes, all right, okay, all right, okay. So one day he gives me a call and says, Lynna, I am on my way to emergency. I just got injured by a door, and I've been telling them to fix it. So they're taking me to a doctor right now to get an examination. And, you know, so he's blaming Walmart for an existing injury. Okay. A shoulder that's already bad, a back that's already messed up. And Walmart has to be made the scapegoat. Yep. Walmart needs to be given this blame for causing his injury. But he premeditated the injury to happen. He already knew what was going to take place. He wanted to quit, and he wanted to take Walmart out along the way. So hence, Walmart and the whole scam of his injury. There's no doubt that he's injured, which he is, but there's no doubt that Walmart didn't cause that injury. Just saying. Just saying. And Maritza, if you're going to go after my disability, have at it, girl. Have at it. Because I have not done anything. You know, you're the one who filled out the application. You're the one who filled out everything. And I had an examination by the doctor. So they saw me. They saw my record. They see my record. They have every MRI that I've ever taken. It is available to the doctors. And if you want to say that the last MRI came out clean, that's fine. They have the records. Nobody is hiding it from them. They have everything. So regardless if my MRI is clean and it shows that I was healing, it's irregardless. I get disability because I deserved it. I am not feeding off the system. I would gladly go to work if they deemed me not disabled, and I would do it in a New York minute. I loved what I did. So if you want to come at me from that angle as a disgruntled ex-spouse who wants to just show pictures of me lifting and putting weight on my neck and stuff like that, you were the trainer. You were the gym coach. You were the physical instructor. So I'm only doing what my physical trainer tells me to do. And if that is part of my therapy, I don't know. That's what I do because I am trying to heal. So there you go. feels good to clear this all out. This person comes into my channel, comes into my channel and starts saying these things. I just feel that would be so cruel. But maybe that's what they deserve. I think I'm eating like a month's worth of breakfast of pineapple. Lynna, sorry I used your platform to talk to Mark. I used to respect him. I think he is now, Maritza, to get back at you by trying to be a better woman than you. Enough said. Sorry. I don't know. This whole gendered this whole gendered thing is just, people make way too much out of it, honestly. And I'm just me, I know I'll never have a uterus or fallopian tubes. I know that I'll always have a prostate. I know that I will never, ever, ever have the ability to have children. I know that I brought children to this world. But I also know that I have struggled with my gender for my entire life. And it would have never been my desire to want to lose my family like I have. I never wanted that. I wanted to fight for my kids. I wanted to fight for everything. But I wasn't able to. And for whatever reason, my wonderful ex who has custody of my children, of our children, and has done a masterful job with it. 2 of my kids are going to a very nice private Christian college. They're excelling. I have a son who's like 6'2", 235 pounds. Football player. So proud. So proud. He's a big guy. Big baby. He's a big baby. Because he's my boy. I haven't spoken to him in years. I will always be a parent. Always. I will never not be a parent. I have a 9-year-old who looks just like I did when I was little. He's such a sweetheart. My God. It ripped my heart out to not see him grow up. There's a trans woman who does a show, who does like seminars, travels the country, travels the world talking about trans issues. And she has one child, one boy who the mother did not allow them to have any contact with. I have 5. And not that I play favorites with any of them, but the last one, it just tears me up, literally tears me up. Honestly, it tears me up because I was in the NICU when he almost died. We had to bring home this oxygen machine to put him onto for the next month to monitor his breathing. There's a picture of him after he was recovering in the hospital, and he's like this. He's like doing this in the bed. He's just like a fighter. He's never known the truth about me. He's never known that his dad was a trans woman. He doesn't have a clue as to why his daddy's no longer around. It's been 6 years. And my ex, for whatever reason, she doesn't let them know. Doesn't let him know. I have a daughter who is beautiful. She has the same dark features as me, and I didn't get many in the deal, but I did get a few that actually have my pigmentation and stuff, and they were beautiful. I didn't feel like a dad, never have, but my kids feel like they lost their dad. I feel bad for my daughter because I can sense that sad streak in her, that she can't smile like she used to. It's like they lost their innocence. My day will always be Father's Day. That's who I am to my kids. I mean, my kids, they have a mom. And their mom carried them. Their mom nursed them. Their mom's their mom. That's who their mom is. And I would never, you won't find me ever saying, oh, I'm the other mom. It's like, I'm not. I'm something else. I'm something else. I'm not their mom, though. I could never be. I am trans. I am trans. And I'm not a dad. I mean, I don't have the dad instinct. I don't have the dad ability. I'm something else. You know? Something else. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that I can someday get in contact with them and hug them, tell them I miss them, that I love them, that I want to be with them. Yeah. One can dream, right? So I dream. I dream about that. Someday I'll be able to hug my kids. I'm being told, oh, you need to just go back to being the father that you always were. You need to go do what you need to do. It's like, you know, there's people that say these things out of compassion. And then there's people like Mark. You know, Melissa writes, Lynna, thank you for sharing this. You don't have to and are. It just sheds light on the complexity of life and how we are all struggling. You are you, and Lynna who made them. Can you write them? I've written them, but I don't know if they ever get what I write to them. I opened up a Gmail account and I gave them access to it. They never responded. I wrote 12-page letters to them, heartfelt, tear-stained letters. Never a response. So what happens when a person wants to just negate your existence as a person, you know? I mean, and for whatever reason, you know, my ex-wife of my children's mother has every right to feel how she wants to feel. And I won't judge her. But it's been her goal to not let me see them. Oh, and before I forget, I spoke with my mom recently, and she let me know that Maritza had attempted to friend her on Facebook. My mom is not even my friend on Facebook, okay? She's not even my friend on Facebook. And what the hell does Maritza have any business prying themselves into my personal life and trying to friend my mother in order to like throw things into her brain and to try to manipulate her? It's like, who are you to do that? I would never friend your mom. I would never friend any one of your relatives. Yet she was attempting to friend my mom. And I was like, you know what? Mom, did you accept it? She goes, oh no. Oh no. I don't want anything to do with her, with him, you know. And I'm like, thank you, mom, because a mom knows a person who's destructive. A mom knows who is out there to destroy their children. And my mom knows that Maritza does not come without a lot of baggage. Hello, Errol. Long time don't see. Thank you for friending me on Facebook. You know the saga of Markangelo Cummings. I am thankful to be back to being rational again. I absolutely wanted to completely apologize for anything that I would have said in the past, anything at all whatsoever, because I did not share those sentiments. I was being programmed by this monstrous person to speak the things that I spoke. And I regret every single one of them. And if I ever put any child, trans kid, trans man, trans woman in danger, I publicly wanted to confess and say, I am sorry. Really, so sorry. He is a monster. He is a monster, Errol. You wrote about it. You wrote about it. Have we not been fighting as Mark and Lynna for such a long time? Yeah, my head was in my butt. I mean, and I feel bad that I even went back last year. Honestly, I didn't want to go back. The reason that I went back was out of guilt, was out of feeling that I needed to do, what I needed to do, because I spoke with my sister and she said that I was making assumptions and, yeah, I know. I don't see Maritza in this person. And I don't say Mark out of disrespect. I say it out of understanding who this person is at their very core. Okay, this is an intersex individual who basically is an anomaly in society. This person has the body of a male, okay? That's it, I mean, down there, it wasn't just a female zone. It was something else. It was something that my friend at the time, Jenny Taylor, used to say, I was with a trans man and he's kind of like both, and that was like, wow, what would that be like? So then when he told me he was a trans man, I was like, huh, that's intriguing, So yeah, no, I'm the only reason I say intersex is because physically what they have down below is not what females typically have. That's all, and I'm not a connoisseur or an admirer of female anatomy, so I don't know. I mean, I was only intimate for like 17 years with the mother of my children, so that's the only person I ever knew. And they were just not like that. Mark was Mark. Mark's gamed the system, and game time is over. I explained earlier that Mark is AWOL from the U.S. Army and has not ever been really discharged. So I have a number, and I'm contemplating on whether I should report him or not. But he's been gaming the system forever. He gamed me, gamed me. A person that was like distraught, totally distraught. unsure what I should do, get this call from this guy who just like calls me up and says all these nice things. And I'm being told, no, you can't see your children. No, you can't meet with them in Tennessee. No, we're filing a report against the children's attorney and you're not going to be able to see them and blah, blah, blah. I'm like distraught. I just had my tracheal shave done. I'm in a brace. I'm trying to recover. I mean, it's like this person just like, ooh, that's a person I can manipulate. Let me get them to come down to Silver City and see if I can get this person. So I drive my butt down from Minnesota and mistakenly stay awake too long, flip my car over. He meets me in the hospital. He comes across as like, you know, this great redeemer, saves me from certain catastrophe, and then makes me feel like I owe him with my entire life being for the rest of my life. So I feel obligated to stay with this person. There were many times early in our relationship where I wanted to run away. There were conversations we had. Oh, Lynna, I just figured that you were just going to get healing and that you were just going to leave me, you know. And I'm like, oh, no, I would never do that. Oh, no, I love you. You know, thank you so much. Oh, okay. So in a way, he's like setting himself up to put his teeth into me and to keep me as his and stuff. And then this really twisted thing of like, oh, I never saw you as a woman. You were always my husband. BS. There was no husband in that relationship other than him. That was it. So I don't know. I don't know what their future holds for them. You know, they obviously are crazy. I mean, let's just say they're crazy. There's nothing anyone can say other than the fact that they're crazy. Well, Chaser, if you want to do your duty, you can call this number. You can call the number. According to Maritza, Mark, or whatever, they never consummated the relationship, so they annulled the marriage. You know, according to Mark, he wasn't married to me because we weren't married in the laws of God. You know, it's like, please. Yep. Thank you, Beetlebug. Thank you, Beetlebug. So, Chaser, if you want to do your civil duty as a soldier, you want to report this person, feel free. Their name was Maritza Perdomo, Perdomo. They didn't go back to their maiden name because they are somehow obsessed with their lesbian lover's name. I don't know. Why does it have to come from me? I'm nobody to them. I'm nobody to them. But Chaser, I stopped communicating with you because you obviously had picked sides, you know. And you chose to believe the narcissist, sociopathic liar without, any remorse. I mean, it's like that's who you chose to be friends with. And I'm like, I even changed my phone number because I had given it to you and I didn't trust that you wouldn't give it. Lynna, you need to make some t-shirts. Oh, so their claim of being AWOL is not true? They didn't serve in the military? So I guess they're clear, What would I put on my shirt? What would I put on my shirt? Lynna, you need to make some t-shirts. I'll buy one. All I see is the person that I've always seen, and that is Mark. Doesn't matter if it's wearing a wig or if it's wearing makeup. A wiener dog shirt. And Shadow, he's so cute. He's sleeping right now. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Such a cutie. He's still sleeping. Nice, Errol. I survived the cult of Mark. That is a great one. I think I'm going to do it after my breast augmentation. I think, yeah. And I'll wear something, that says, I survived the cult of Mark. So I would answer any questions that you guys would have if you have any questions. I mean, I got 28 people watching right now. I had like 30 at one time. I would definitely, I would eat as much as you want in a bowl of pineapple t-shirt. I'll make a bunch of shirts, like the dog one, the I survived the cult of Mark, the I can eat fruit now. Yeah, Mark wishes he has these tits now. How about that one? They'll be like, Mark wishes he had these tits. Yeah. So if an elephant has its foot on the tail of a mouse and you say that you are neutral, the mouse will not appreciate your neutrality. And this mouse didn't appreciate your neutrality because I have no understanding as to why you would remain neutral with a person who is so diabolical. I'm not diabolical. So you follow the diabolical person and you choose to remain neutral. I mean, you got to make a choice. You got to stand up for what's right and stand up for what's and put down what's wrong, I hope you keep going, Lynna, with the quality content streams. You made his show better. I miss the cooking shows and eating out of dog bowls. I mean, I was going to shut down my channel, but, hell if I will bow down to a jerk who ran my life and tried to destroy me. I would not allow that to happen. Love the Washington video, by the way. No one has time for fair weather friends. Yeah, yeah. We miss you, girl. I'm gonna do videos, you guys. I'm gonna put them out. I'm gonna, you know, I am going to Seattle tomorrow. Yes. So I'm gonna go and organize the things I'm gonna get. I'm gonna take with me. But take a trip over the mountains, over to Seattle, and have my breast augmentation consultation. I'm going to meet with my trans mom, my friend of 64. She's 64 years old, transitioned back in the late 70s. And she was instrumental early on in my life and stuff. Back when I first transitioned, she's always been a full-on supporter. She was very concerned about me, for me, when I became involved with Mark, and we lost contact. But miraculously, we actually connected again, and I am going to be eating with her, sharing a dinner with my trans mom tomorrow night. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully she lets me take pictures. Hopefully she lets me interview her. Hopefully we could do some really cool stuff, you know. So I'm just really super thrilled, you know. And then my breast augmentation consultation is on Tuesday at 3. So if you guys want to be praying for me with that. And then after that, my friend and I, who shall remain nameless, we are going to her beach house. And we're going to spend a few days there, right on the coast of Washington, just enjoying the water, doing videos with the dogs running around. She's got 2 labs. I've got my little puppy, and we're just going to have a great time. I was never hit, Phoenix. There were times when I would run to the bathroom and I just wanted to get away. And that's where he labels me as a manic tranny, is because I was like, leave me alone already. Please stop. You know, I would like, Mark, stop. And then he'd like grab me and like hold me and stuff, you know? And I'd be like, let go, let go, let go. And he wouldn't let go. He's like, I won't let you go. I won't let you go, you know? And I'd be like, what in the world? What kind of reality am I into now? The bathroom, Fort Lauderdale, closing, trying to lock the door. Lynna, you keep that door from being shut. You need to open. I was like, I just want to be left alone. I don't want you around me. It's like I ran several times, you know, it's like, don't you run away from me. You chased me. I had my brace on at one point. You need to stop. I'm like, oh my God. I need to get out of here. This is not for me. As the man to my wife, I would have never grabbed her. I would have never done anything physically abusive to her. I would never have grabbed her, you know. It's like, I just leave it there for you guys to see, for you guys to make your conclusions, draw your conclusions, and you guys, I mean, you guys, you've been witness. You've been witness to the abusive situation here. Yep, and I called him out on that shit on many occasions. Lynna can regale you with these stories. I'll let her tell the story of the times I called him out while she was with him. We had many a battle with Errol. You know, many a battle. And on so many occasions, Errol was right. But see, whether we're fighting, whether she or he is fighting Errol McGinnis, whether he or she is fighting Jen Burleton, whether he or she is fighting the Christian right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Errol, Mark came into this channel just about 30 minutes ago and just said, I am copying everything. I'm going to download it and we'll let a lawyer decide. And I said, bring it on. Do what you have to do. Let the truth come out. You know, that's how big of a bully he is. You know, I'm on the phone with my friend. We're just talking about life. It was after we had separated. I'm in the house sitting on a recliner talking to my friend Carrie. Oh yeah, girl, this, that, and the other. I'm just so glad and happy for you. Where are you going to go live? What are you going to do? And I'm like, yeah, and the cats and this and that and the other. Oh yeah, I was wondering what happened with the cats. And I was like, well, the dynamic changed when Mark came back to the house after quitting Walmart. And he's like, he hears it and he's like, oh my God, you need to stop talking about that stuff. That's not how it went down. And I'm like, Mark, I'm not saying that you're the cause of it. I'm just saying that the dynamic in the home changed when you came back. That was it. Mark was even told by Violet, Mark, please don't abuse the cats like you did Rocky and the other cat, whatever their name was. It's like, oh yeah, I wouldn't do that. And it's like, what do I hear? Oh yeah, stop it. The cat, talking to the cat, yelling at the cat. It's like, this one's going to learn whether they like it or not. And I'm like, is this what having a cat's about? I don't want it. I don't want it. So we got rid of the cats. And part of the reason is because Mark was abusing them. Period. Just like he abused the Rocky cat and his sister. It's nothing new, But the problem is that he was telling me to shut up about it and to not talk about it. And for my friend to hear me saying, what are you telling me not to speak to my friend just about my cats? It's like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So here he comes in, guns blazing, trying to tell me what I need to do, what I can and can't do, how I can vent and shouldn't say this or shouldn't say that. And it doesn't take much, but a small, little, tiny, like comment, and it lights his fire. The fire is lit. My friend, is like so tired of having me have to deal with this kind of crap. We would rather just make cute videos driving the sports car, just enjoying ourselves, getting our nails done. I mean, going to the breast augmentation consultation tomorrow. Yes. On Tuesday. Completely, trying to put this behind me, but to no avail. Yeah, see, that's what happens with a narcissist. Everything that they're dealing with, they make it your problem. So, Melissa, you say, but then he says you have baggage. You totally tried to protect him, by acting like, I'm just like, enough already, enough. The cats and I were fine. The cats and I were just fine. I was up at 6 in the morning, sweeping the floor, mopping the floor, cleaning everything, and then getting ready for the next, his next meal and stuff like that. I was making food. I mean, it's like he was bringing me flowers. Again, he sent me like all these wonderful notes, was flirting with me at break time, taking pictures of his masculine, cute self, which I might be biased, but I really did think that he was a beautiful man. I mean, seriously, I thought he was. I did. I thought he's super cute. I asked for the divorce. I was the one who filed. He makes it seem like I was just tired and it only took 3 weeks to end it. And I'm so glad because the father knew that this person was unrepentant of their sin. It's like, no, I was tired. I was tired. I left last year. I came back only to be beat down again. And I said, this time it's over. I don't want anything to do with you. Nothing. I know Mark was gaslighting you. You need to decompress. Part of that is what you're doing here. Do the postmortem. Get it done. If you need to call me, I message you my number. Yeah, I mean, people are like, Lynna, you need to put this behind you. You need to stop. You need to stop feeding him more fuel. And I'm like, how do I stop? It's like another day. All I have to do is go back to, their YouTube page or to anything else, and I'll see another comment, to think that someone would use my pictures, which he illegally screenshot, because I never gave them to him. He illegally takes my pictures of my own transition. And I have many pictures on my Google Photos. They are for my own private consumption, okay? For my own private documentation. They are not on public display. I would never share any private matter about me on a public forum. Early on, I took pictures of myself. I had a Flickr account. There may have been pictures of me in a nightgown or, just in clothing and stuff like that, but never would I ever exposed any part of my body on a public forum. That was never, ever something that I ever did. And for him to show me pictures of my own genitalia and to threaten to release these pictures as if I ever posted them publicly. That's why he's a monster. I saw the times that Mark literally would not allow Lynna to even have sanity. I had to shit talk Lynna so she could somehow see that herself. Lynna, I hope you execute that cease and desist immediately. I'm going to go, but I'm proud of you. I'm leaving my narc of 17 years, a woman. I get it. So sorry, Melissa. Narcs are unrepentant and they are unable to see their problem. Yeah, thankfully it wasn't 17 years. And Lynna will tell you, I do it the hard way. Hopefully it worked on a more permanent basis. Mark is accusing you of what he's actually done. That's what I'm saying. Everything that Mark's accusing me of doing, he's already done it. I mean, releasing pornographic images on a social media site, Xtube, Mark, transition man video. If it's available still for public viewing, go to the video. Watch his micropenis in the shot. He's got another video where he's talking about transition and stuff, and he has his micropenis up there. So it's like, enough already. I'm not stupid, Mark Angelo Cummings, Maritza, whatever Cummings. I am not stupid. You may have found yourself with other people who you were able to manipulate, control, and to tear them down piece by piece, but you will not do that to me. I will not stand for it. I will defend myself. Mark first hit my radar when he attempted to gaslight Jeanette in an attempt to get her to stop Jazzy's transition. I was dangerously close to showing up at Silver City for that escapade. That's exactly Mark's style. He does it. Then he makes it appear that everyone else is doing it. He's pretty easy to see through. And he literally, when he's trying to attack you, this is his mode of operation. He will research you. He will look information about you up, and he will try to find your weakness. And he will exploit that weakness, and he will make you feel like crap in the process. So that's what he does. That's how he operates. He is a bottom feeder. Yes, Maritza, you are a bottom feeder. And for those of you in the Christian community who see me as some kind of demonic possessed person, you need to go look at the devil that you are walking around with supporting, because that person is nothing but a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay? Don't think for one moment that you are safe with that person, because that person will turn on you in a dime and will attempt to destroy you from the inside out. Yep, he actually found an old theft of cable charge from the 90s. Yeah. He's trying to shame the whole LGBT. And that's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Those of you in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, anything else community, you are not evil. You are not bad people. You are not hated by God. You are not going to hell. That is patently false. And for anyone to call you out and to say that you are going to hell, it is wrong. I don't know what he's going to do with his sister. His sister is a sweet person. She has a partner of a long time. I honestly don't know what is going to happen when Mark goes back to to Florida, because he's going to have to deal with that sister. And what he's saying about his sister is absolutely disgusting, is wrong. And I feel bad for her because she looked up to him. She looked up to him. Mark's always said that his sister's crazy. So it's like, again, projecting, constantly projecting, throwing things back out. It's like, you know, it's wrong. It's wrong. And what he's doing is wrong. What he's doing as a Christian, that is wrong. Saying that I don't know my Bible, you know, when we clearly studied so many things, you know, and we found problems in a lot of things that's being taught by traditional Christianity. He has the gall to embrace traditional Christianity as like the answer for everything. It's like you who made countless videos, you know, you who said no one is coming, you who said, you know, you can only find Christ inside of you, that there is no man Jesus, all this stuff. Now you claim something else. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. And it's laughable that he expects to go to Fort Lauderdale. He's not welcome there. I know. I've been back and forth to the fort a few times since the Mark and Lynna clash. They know he's coming. They're more than willing to shun him again. Yeah, when we were there was no love for Mark and Lynna. None whatsoever. I mean, it was like, oh, I know all these people and they're all, you know, my friends. And I'm like, we were lonely by ourselves. Yeah. So he's going to go live with his mother. And they more like live out in Miami. Melissa, you like Washington, huh? It says, I am in Fort Lauderdale now. Jealous to not be in Washington. Florida hardly has love. Yeah, he's going to go live with his mama and hopefully get his mama to fund his hair transformation, you know, given, you know, oh, I don't look as feminine now, but just in 2 years, you just watch and I will be back to my feminine beauty. It's like, yeah. He's going to go look for another victim. He's going to go look for that. Get Shadow. Hold on a second. Shadow, you took a good nap. Come on. Come on. Say hi. Say hi, Shadow. Say hi. Oh, this is Shadow. This is Shadow. Yes. Don't bite. Don't bite. It was the best experience of my life. Lived in Seattle, Portland, and Eugene. Yeah, I love the Northwest. I love this area. Hey. Oh, you want it? You want it? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Oh, you have permission to eat pineapple. Is it okay to feed a dog pineapple? You like it? Say hi. Look how big he's getting. He got his rabies shots the other day. Shadow. Now I'm here for work, but a while ago, I told you to come stay with me in Oregon if you needed a place when traveling. Just a stranger on a chat. Love, Shadow. Yeah, I know. And I met a stranger on the chat too. And she's my friend and I'm here at her place. And, you know, thank God for the internet. Thank God for YouTube. I can't even watch Mark at all. Such self-righteousness and false piety to impress the church people. The cult of Jesus can keep. Hello, Shadow, over here. Over here. There you go. He loves it. He does. He likes watermelon. He likes all of it. He's a vegan, right? He eats everything. Yes, the only ones we can trust. So he is going to get fixed soon because he's humping everything in sight. But he's puppy. He has been with me through this whole ordeal, haven't you? Haven't you? Don't bite. He likes plastic for some reason. Let's see. Let me find something for you. Hold on. Let me get your toy. Hold on. Get your toy. We play with this. Okay. Okay. Don't eat that. No. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Are you gonna play? Are you gonna play? Oh, you're not gonna play? Yeah. I don't do grapes. Stop it. Give it back. Oh yeah? You wanna fight? You wanna fight? Just pretend like it's Mark's ear. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah. Go to town with it. There you go. Yeah. No. He does a lot better. Stop. Let go. He's too distracted by the pineapple. So yeah. He's a good guy. This dog has gotten me through a lot of stuff, and I'm grateful to have him in my life, really. And he does really well with the older dogs. And he's actually, thankfully, learning to go potty outside. Yeah. Anyway, I had better get going, you guys. It's been like 2.5 hours I've been on, and I probably should be doing something else with my time other than venting. So you've heard me vent. You could probably watch it over again. Watch me vent. He's a sweetie. He's a sweetie. He's a sweetie. Yes, you are, aren't you? He weighs 8 pounds now. Don't bite. Don't bite. Don't bite. Don't bite. This was the longest time I've ever been on a chat. Okay. Well, thank you, Melissa. I will definitely be looking that up. And I will definitely, do you have a phone number? Can you, well, I think I'll contact you, and I would love to chat with you. And also, Errol, I would love to chat with you too, to talk to you about what's been taking place and what's been happening, and, to personally apologize to you myself, Same here. It's good to see you back to Saint. If you wish, call me and message you my number. Okay. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Shadow says bye. Want to go play? Oh, ouch. His teeth are like razors. Okay. Bye. Love you guys.